Okay, so this whole Diddy thing, right, it's really blown up. From what felt like just rumors about these parties, now we're talking lawyers and accusations. We've been digging into the articles, this CNN piece especially, and it's a lot. We're going to try to make sense of it all today.
It's really something, and it's gotten so much bigger than just a celebrity scandal.
Right, like this isn't just, oh, who is at Diddy's party? This is serious stuff.
Exactly. What we're seeing, especially with Jada Pinkett Smith's name in the mix, is how power works, or doesn't work, in places like Hollywood.
Because it's not even just that she was at these things, right? CNN is saying she was helping set them up, choosing who got invited, that kind of thing.
And don't forget, these weren't just regular parties. If what some sources are alleging is true, this was, well, young people, teenagers, some of them, maybe getting exposed to some really damaging situations.
Yeah, and that's where Jaden Smith's comments come in. And it makes you wonder, he's alluded to some, let's say, interesting experiences as a young guy in that scene.
It's hard not to connect the dots. And then you've got Usher, Justin Bieber, other guys who said they dealt with some messed up stuff as young stars. Usher has even said he felt pressured into things he wasn't okay with.
Right, Bieber, too, talking about the dark side of fame so young, it really starts to paint a picture of what young talent has to deal with.
It's an industry that can easily take advantage if you don't know how to navigate it.
And hold on, we should be clear here. This isn't just about parties anymore. When CNN mentioned lawsuits, that caught my eye. What's Diddy actually being accused of?
This is serious. We're talking about abuse, potentially exploitation. Lawyers are now saying they're working with over 100 people.
100?
Over 100 who claim Diddy used his money, his name, to control people. And this goes back years, allegedly. That's what makes it seem like a pattern.
So where does this leave Diddy's career? His whole image is built on success, on this brand he's created. This can't be good.
It's definitely a blow. We're talking criminal charges potentially, lawsuits, not to mention how the public sees him now. All of that impacts a business empire like he's built.
And Jada, her whole thing is empowerment, spirituality, being a strong mother. This seems off-brand, to say the least.
Yeah, it's complicated for sure. If she knew or was involved in making these events happen, knowing what was allegedly going on, it doesn't look good. And then the thought of her own son potentially caught up in it.
It's a lot. This whole thing really exposes a side of Hollywood that's disturbing, to say the least.
It's the dark side of all that glitz and glamour. You've got these huge power imbalances. Someone like Diddy with his connections, his wealth, it's a lot of influence to wield, especially over young people trying to make it.
And it's easy to get pulled in, right?
Yeah.
Especially in Hollywood, where it's so competitive and everyone's chasing that dream.
Totally. You're drawn to whoever has that power, that success.
Like a moth to a flame, you've said it. Young people, they're ambitious and they do almost anything for a chance to make it. That's where it gets dangerous.
Exactly. Without the right protections in place, it's a recipe for trouble. And sadly, we've seen this before, haven't we?
Oh, absolutely. This isn't just a Diddy thing, not just Hollywood even. It's that power dynamic. Look at Weinstein, R. Kelly, even Bill Cosby. Huge figures who use their positions to take advantage.
It's a pattern, unfortunately. Entertainment, business, politics, you name it. Anywhere there's that much power concentrated, it can go wrong. And it's usually the people with the least power who get hurt.
So, with all this coming out, these allegations, do you think it's changing things? Is Hollywood reacting?
I'd say we're seeing some shifts. People are definitely more willing to speak out now, and there's more awareness of the problem for sure.
The movements like Time's Up, Me Too, they've been huge for that.
For sure, but is it enough? Is it happening fast enough? That's the real question.
It does feel like things take forever to change sometimes, especially in systems like this.
It's going to take continued pressure, that's for sure, and action, not just words.
So what does that look like? What kind of action needs to happen?
Well, for one, stricter rules in the industry itself. Clear policies to protect young talent, you know.
So not just waiting until something bad happens and then punishing someone.
Right. It's got to be about prevention, too. Give these young actors, musicians, whoever, the support they need so they can navigate this world safely. And then transparency, accountability.
Yeah, holding people in power responsible. We can't just keep sweeping things under the rug.
It's been happening for too long, that's for sure. Whispers and rumors, but no real consequences.
Okay, but even if people are held accountable, it feels like there needs to be a bigger change, right? Like, how do you change the system itself so this stuff is less likely to happen in the first place?
The million-dollar question. I don't know if there's one easy answer. But for me, diversity in positions of power is key.
So more women, more people of color in those decision-making roles.
Exactly. You need different voices, different experiences at the table. That's how you challenge the way things have always been done. It's about changing the whole system, really.
Right.
Shifting that power away from just a few people, making things more equal for everyone.
And it has to come from the top, don't you think? The people in charge have to get this.
100%. We need leadership that actually cares about diversity, about people being accountable for their actions, and not just saying it, but really living it.
Because this goes way beyond Hollywood, right? This is about power, how it's used or misused everywhere.
Absolutely. Work, school, relationships, it's everywhere. We all have to recognize how power dynamics work and create spaces where everyone feels safe and respected.
So with this Diddy thing, as people follow it, I hope they think about this bigger picture. It's not just a celebrity scandal.
It's a wake-up call, maybe.
Yeah. What can we each do in our own lives to call out this kind of behavior to make things more fair? It's a question worth asking.
It really is. We can all be part of making a change for the better.
Well said. And that's something to think about. Instead of these things being hushed up, what if we talked about them more openly? Imagine a world where power is used for good, not to take advantage of people, just something to ponder as we move forward.